Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. Your Kid Old School Gaming here, and welcome back to another Wild Wednesday. This theory is one that caught my eye, and it is quite a lengthy title. I'm not sure if it will all fit, like with Wild Wednesday 31, or is it, Wild Wednesday 31, then Pokemon Theory, Why Aerodactyl is not a Dragon type in Red and Blue, ProtoMario. Yeah, so, there's the full title. And I did look it up, and as far as I can tell, at no point was Aerodactyl a Dragon type. It's always been Rock and Flying, as far as I can tell. So, I suppose the question would be, why is Aerodactyl not treated as a Dragon type? I don't know, maybe initially, maybe it was could have been a Dragon type, but then, like, in First Gen, they really didn't know what to do with Dragon types. I mean, there's, three dragons, but it's all one line. Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, and, And really, the only weakness to it is ice. It has a high list of other resistances, at least in First Gen. And, I don't know, why would it? That is definitely an interesting question there. Maybe they could have made it a Dragon type, but then again, like I said, there was only one dragon, and, one Dragon type move, namely Dragon Rage, which only did 40 hit points of damage, period. It completely ignored defense, could never do any more, could never do any less, just 40 hit points, gone. So, maybe it's something along those lines. They didn't really know what to do with dragons, so they just made it a Rock and Flying. Unless, I don't know, ProtoMario has like 4 minutes, plus the time of my commentary to make however long this video is. Yeah, so, I don't know. Well, let's see if ProtoMario has anything to say on the matter.
Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I'm ProtoMario, and today's video is going to be on Aerodactyl. Why is Aerodactyl not a Dragon type? Now, if you've seen my previous videos on Charizard not being a Dragon type and Gyarados not being a Dragon type, you probably already figured out that most of the time I just blame the simple fact that dragons would be overpowered in the original 151, and they were still pretty powerful with the original edition of the 250.
Well, yes, that is true. I mean, hell, when it won't be until core episode 75, which is actually coming up pretty quickly, but when I did eventually take Dratini, and then evolve into Dragonair, and then let that evolve into Dragonite, it was really damn powerful. And yes, dragons are extremely powerful. They have very high resistances, only, like I said, only the one weakness, ice. So, yeah, Charizard not being a Dragon type, and, Gyarados. Gyarados not being a Dragon type. Those two not being Dragon types because you can get them so early on, they have so many resistances, only one real weakness. I mean, at that point, it's just, okay, what are you gonna do? So with those two, having a dragon that early on in the game would be essentially overpowered. You could sweep the game with just, a few dragons. However, like, Aerodactyl just comes so late. Why wouldn't that be a Dragon type? Because you can only get it at Cinnabar Island. You can only get to Cinnabar Island by surfing, and you can only surf by eventually defeating Koga and getting the, he has the soul badge. Yeah, so, yeah, why isn't Aerodactyl a Dragon type then? Because, like I said, it comes so late in the game. Maybe a little later than Dratini, or a little sooner, depending on how you play the, either the game corner or the Safari Zone. Yeah, why isn't Aerodactyl a Dragon type? That would kind of make sense, especially late in the game.
So, yeah, dragons are still pretty OP. Nowadays, they have pretty significant weaknesses like Ice Punch, Blizzard, and other moves that really tear them up, like Outrage. But back in the day, they didn't really have extremely damaging moves like that. Dragon's Rage was about the only dragon move for a long time, along with Dragon's Breath and Twister. So there wasn't really anything out there to help you out, and the best you could hope for was a seriously strong Hyper Beam.
Yes, but even the downside with Hyper Beam is that you have to wait an entire turn for it to recharge, and then you can finally use it. Yeah, as for Dragon's Rage, I didn't even let anyone keep that, because it's just, what the hell's the point of this? It's useless. Well, I suppose it's not entirely useless. It does 40 points of damage and ignores defense, but that's it. It will never get any stronger, no matter how powerful a Pokemon becomes. So yeah, Hyper Beam, Bite. Let's see, I left Aerodactyl also with Wing Attack. Yeah, Wing Attack, Bite, Hyper Beam. I forget what else. You know what? Yeah, Wing Attack, Bite, Hyper Beam. Yeah, I don't remember, but honestly, that doesn't matter. What matters is, you're absolutely right. So far, we're barely a minute in. I wonder, is this going to be a case of rambling, or do you have, like, a proper theory? Because, like I was saying earlier, why isn't Aerodactyl a dragon type? It comes so late in the game, and, like, even in later games where they add more dragon type moves and, like, help to balance things out a bit, then why not just, like, have Aerodactyl dragon type at the start? Is it because they didn't really know what to do with dragon types? Maybe? I don't know, let's see what you have to say on it.
Nevertheless, Aerodactyl is not a dragon type, but Lance still uses them, along with Charizard, which I've already discussed Charizard, so let's stay on subject here. Aerodactyl is a pterodactyl. What we know about Aerodactyl is he's a fossil, which comes from Old Amber, which is kind of a homage to Jurassic Park if you really think about it, when they were talking about the mosquitoes getting trapped in amber. If you haven't seen Jurassic Park, you should really take a look at it. Anyways, Aerodactyl is based on the fact that he used to be a fossil and was brought back to life through DNA found in the Old Amber.
Yes, and honestly, I would say that Lance uses an Aerodactyl, not because it's a dragon type, because, I mean, it's not, but because it is super duper powerful. And, like, any trainer who not only can get all 8 badges, but defeat the other 3 Elite Four, being Lorelei, Agatha, and Bruno. And anyone who can beat all 3 of them and still have enough energy to get to Lance, hey, this is more than just fighting a bunch of dragons. This is more than just fighting someone who is famously known as a dragon trainer. It's an ultimate test, and, well, the end of the ultimate test. Or at least it's supposed to be the end, because then you still have to go through. You still have to fight your rival and do all the other crap, and it's just, come on. Damn it, let it end. Well, not really let it end, just, oh my god, yes, shut up. I know what the hell's going on. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, less than that it's a dragon type, more that it's just a final test. Just say, if you can actually get past me, you deserve to be called dragon, or the Pokemon champion, but I'm not going to make it easy on you. I'm not going to use just dragons. Let's throw something in the mix here.
Being a fossil-type Pokemon, he was a rock-flying pterodactyl. There's not much more to it, guys. He's a rock-flying pterodactyl. Even though he can learn some dragon moves, and he can learn some weird moves like Earthquake, he's a flying type, and yet he still can learn Earthquake. Yeah, odd, but that's just how they did things, I guess.
You know, I was going to go something based off of weight, because Aerodactyl is rock and flying, and rocks can be pretty heavy. But according to the Bulbapedia, apparently Aerodactyl only weighs 130.1 pounds. That's about how much I weigh. Well, I think I weigh a little more. Just like a few pounds over. Yeah, I was going to say that maybe Aerodactyl, just drops on the ground with all of its weight and causes the earthquake. But, yeah, 130 pounds, I can't do that, but... And yeah, but... Well, okay, maybe learned Earthquake. I don't know, why would it learn Earthquake? But, I mean, that is kind of a weird move for a flying rock. Maybe because it's rock type, it knows, like, how to, like, move the different rocks around to simulate an earthquake. That could make sense. Huh. Because, I mean, my whole thing about, like, oh, hey, maybe because it's a rock type and it's heavy because rocks weigh a lot, it can just drop down. But no, not quite. Okay, well, I mean, hell, we're about halfway, yeah, pretty much halfway through your video. What else do you have to say about Aerodactyl? And I'll put down my commentary as, well, wherever I see fit.
So, again, making Aerodactyl a rock dragon type, that would be a very strange combination. His weakness would definitely be to ice. He'd still be weak to ice. He would be basically almost immune to a lot of damage. His weakness to water would be base. His weakness to fighting would be still there. Just, I don't know, it would be really hard to make an overpowered rock dragon type because he would have an extreme amount of weaknesses.
Yeah. Okay, so fighting would only be a one-sided weakness, but something like water. Well, okay, like water would be like one of those weird ones where it's like the rock typing would be weak against it, but the dragon typing would resist it, and it's like, okay, it's like a 25% resistant and a 50% weakness, but still 25% weakness, which really isn't that much. And hell, I've even been hit with certain moves that were supposedly super effective, but it's like, because of the part resistance, part weakness, it barely did any damage at all. And the game even said, it's super effective. Super effective how? It took away, like, 3 hit points. How the hell is that super effective? Well, then again, most of my Pokemon were just insanely overpowered until I hit Victory Road. Victory Road and the Elite Four were the only real challenges, along with the rival, but yeah, my point is that the whole, like, part weakness, part resistance, technically it's still a 25% weakness, but that's not much. The resistance definitely helps mitigate the weakness. So, and yeah, like you said, it would be a whole host of resistances, and honestly, I think it would be really cool to have a rock dragon type, because it would be super overpowered. Honestly, it would probably have to be a legendary, not a revived Pokemon. We have to be a legendary that's extremely difficult to catch, no matter what you do.
But again, if he was rock dragon, then why wouldn't he be able to fly around? So they made him a flying type so he could fly you around, or use flying attacks. Okay, so if you took away the rock type, then if he was just a pterodactyl, then why would he have rock skin and be rock hard? Okay, so, now you gotta take away the rock moves. I was just thinking along the lines that making him a dragon would just, again, increase the OP-ness of the dragons, though he probably would be the weakest of the dragon types for the 151, since he would be weak to several significantly powerful moves like Blizzard, and yeah, so that's not cool.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, well, technically, Dragon Knight, being a dragon and flying, also has a double weakness to ice. Because the dragon type is weak, and flying type is also weak to ice, so it really wouldn't be all that different. And even with that weakness, it's actually quite rare. I mean, because and it really wouldn't be, honestly, now that I think about it, it wouldn't be that different from a rock flying, because a rock flying also has a double weakness to ice moves. So yeah. Yeah, and even with Aerodactyl as is, or Aerodactyl as a rock and dragon type, those moves, like Ice Beam, Aurora Beam, Blizzard, I think those are the only 4 Ice-type moves. I could be wrong. It's been a while, so I honestly don't remember. But yeah. Those moves and the Pokemon that learn them are so few and far between that it's pretty much a non-existent weakness. I mean, until eventually you reach the Elite Four, and at least Lorelei and well, no, Bruno. Bruno also has like Hitmon Chan, I think, with the Hitmon Chan with the Ice Punch. Then Lance. I think Lance's Dragons knows some Ice type moves like Ice Beam. I think. Maybe also Blizzard from Dragonite. Dragonite is seriously overpowered. But yeah. The point I'm making is that those moves that certain Pokemon learn, and some Pokemon can just be taught it. Those moves that get used are so few and far between that the weakness is pretty much mitigated just by the sheer rarity of the moves themselves.
But, again, not making him a dragon type, he's a prehistoric pterodactyl. There's not much more to it. He's just a pterodactyl made of rock that flies. Pokemon Logic 101. I'm ProtoMario and I'm signing out. And if you guys have a theory on why he is not a dragon type, please leave it in the comment section below, because I would definitely love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming, guys.
Okay, well, that is it from ProtoMario for now, and yeah, I mean, honestly, it would be kind of cool to have a dragon and rock type, and because you did mention that, it has wings, so we have to make it a flying. Not always. No, I mean, hell, there are many different depictions of dragons that don't have wings, but they just fly because they're dragons. Honestly, it wouldn't really change that much about it. I mean, rock and flying or rock and dragon, it would still have the same weaknesses, but it would have different resistances. Because rock and flying, the rock typing, for some reason, is not immune to electricity. It's only ground typing. So, yeah, being rock and flying makes it extremely susceptible to electric-type moves. But if it was, instead of flying, replace that with dragon, then it becomes very resistant to that. It becomes very, technically flying would already be resistant to grass-type moves, but then it would add in the resistance of fire as well. So, yeah, I mean, that would be quite interesting. But again, it really wouldn't change that much. Maybe just maybe it could still have wing attack, because technically it has wings. And hell, even other Pokemon like Beedrill and Venomoth, they have wings, yet they are not flying type. They're both bug and poison. Just because they have wings doesn't make them automatically flying type. So I mean, there are a few little holes in your logic, but even still, at least I do enjoy your videos, and hell, I've done mostly your videos over the past year. And yeah, thankfully now I do know what I'm doing for, tomorrow's Thoughtful Thursdays. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to say the least. So anyway, I've got to get on that Thoughtful Thursday, and this was actually kind of an interesting one. Honestly, the next one's probably going to be a bit short too, just to give me a little more time with the Secret 6 game. Maybe not much, just a little more time. Yeah, so I will see you there when, I don't know when, but whenever the hell it happens. So, I will thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.